Hi there, good evening everybody. Welcome to Hatha Yoga for tonight. My name is Desi. I'll be your instructor. You're going to just come to a seat on your mat to start. And just start to get yourself settled. It might be helpful tonight if you have a yoga block. A great substitute is just a thick book, maybe a textbook. Just for a couple of postures tonight, it's helpful if we can lift the ground up to us. And you may not even need it, but just a good option to have, just in case. Okay. So making our way to our seat. The class will be about 40-45 minutes long tonight. So we'll have plenty of time to go through some more active postures and then lots of time to rest and relax at the end. So as we're in our seat, starting to just notice where the body is at, where the mind is at today. Knowing that everything I offer tonight is a suggestion. Always making your practice your own, modifying the postures to work for you. All of our bodies are different. We all look different. And my yoga practice is all about the intention behind what I'm doing instead of the way that it looks. So maybe finding a deeper breath here now. Maybe the eyes start to close as we settle in. We're going to use the word allow as kind of our mantra for the evening. What experiences can we allow or welcome? Whether they're positive or negative, how can we be open to just allowing ourselves to be exactly as we are without needing to change anything? We're going to start with a breath practice called Ujjayi breath. You may have practiced it before or heard of it before, but I'll guide us through it. It's also called the victorious breath. So we'll first start by just inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And then on your exhale, you might imagine that you're fogging up a window. So we will have this soft restriction in the back of the throat, and it can be audible. So just imagining we're fogging up a window with our breath. And try that out a few times. And then we might see what it's like if we seal the lips and try that same breath with the lips closed. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, soft restriction in the back of the throat. Some people also like to call this ocean breath, so thinking about the ocean waves. And you can stay with that, or you can try and see what it feels like to keep that same restriction on the inhale as well. So you'll probably still hear it, even with the lips closed, kind of internally. We'll stay here for another minute or so. We'll use this Ujjayi breath to reconnect with as we go through our practice tonight. choose to keep your Ujjayi breath going or let it release if you want to just come back to your regular breath without any type of restriction. And we'll bring the hands or the palms right to the knees. And as we inhale, we're going to round the chest forward. Chest rises, looking up toward the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to round the spine, chin toward the chest. So we're just doing some nice, gentle circles through the torso. You might hear some crackling through the spine. I know I normally do when I first do this. And let's go ahead and switch the direction. So again, inhaling, chest comes forward. Exhaling, spine rounds, chin to chest. Just allowing the body to move in a way that feels natural and fluid for you. Do about one more. And then we'll come back up, nice long spine. We'll plant the right hand or fingertips down beside us, lift that left arm up, and then we'll just slowly side bend to the right. On an inhale, we'll come through center, switch sides, exhaling, side bend to the left. And we'll just continue here, moving fluidly side to side, following your breath. So you may be a little faster than me or slower than me. You might even choose to hold on one side for a few breaths if that feels better. And finish out so you're even, and then we'll come back to center. As we inhale, we'll lift the arms up overhead. And as we exhale, we'll press the palms back down to our sides. We're going to continue here, but really working to connect with our breath. So the arms are only going to come up until we finish our inhale. So maybe our inhale is a little shallow and we stop here, and that's okay. And then we exhale, and maybe all the air is out and we're here, right? So we're all going to be a little bit different. But maybe you deepen the inhale and the arms lift higher. Maybe you really press all the air out so that the arms come all the way down. And it might be different on each inhale and each exhale. Let's go through 2 more rounds of breath. Arms following your pace. And one more time. From here, we'll make our way to all fours. And then we'll step one foot up and then the other so that we have both feet down on the mat. On an inhale, we'll start to rise all the way up. And as we exhale, hands will just come down by our sides. You can stay at the top of your mat or turn at the center. We're going to bring the feet a little bit wider than hips distance so we have some space. Getting some more movement through the spine. Hands are just going to be nice and loose at our sides. And we're just going to start to swing the arms side to side. So our gaze follows the direction that we're moving. We might have a nice bend in the knees. Just allowing the body to be a little free here. It might get bigger. Maybe you move faster or slower. Whatever feels good. Just allowing any energy that's been stagnant in the body to start to move around. You might see what it's like to close the eyes here, see if that changes anything. You might open the eyes back up. And then we'll just naturally start to slow our pace down until the arms come all the way back. Noticing what it feels like to have that energy moving around in the body. We'll start to heel toe the feet a little wider. So we've got nice space. Toes are still parallel facing forward. We'll inhale, arms come up. On an exhale, we're going to fold all the way down, fingertips or palms to the mat. And you might move the legs wider or narrower depending on what feels right for you. As we inhale, we'll lift onto the fingertips so that we lengthen the spine halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Repeating that a few more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale to fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And this time we'll stay in our fold. Taking several rounds of breath here. Letting the head get heavy. Two more nice deep breaths. Maybe you return to that Ujjayi breath, keeping the lips closed, that soft restriction. We'll keep the fingertips or the palms on the earth, and we'll start to heel toe the feet back together all the way into our forward fold, and we sink low. On an inhale, we'll lift halfway from here, fingertips to the earth, shins or thighs. We'll exhale to fold down. And on an inhale, nice and big, we'll rise all the way up, arms overhead. Exhaling, palms come together right at the heart. Taking a few breaths here. And on your next inhale, we'll rise up, arms all the way overhead. As we exhale, we're going to open the arms out, turn toward the right to twist. Inhale, bend the knees, arms up through center. Exhale, open twist to the left. A few more times here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open twist. Again, finding your breath, allowing that to be your guide. One more time each side. And next time we inhale, arms nice and tall overhead, full body stretch, fingertips reaching up toward the sky. And then we'll exhale, hands down by the sides, mountain pose, palms facing the front. We'll start to bring our weight into our left foot. So you might even shift the hips just to see what it's like to put that weight in the left side. We'll start to lift and lower the right heel. Just seeing what the weight change feels like when we change our points of contact. And then we may lift up all the way through that right knee. Taking a breath here. And we'll set the foot back down. Let's lift and lower a few times. Inhale, knee rises. Exhale, plant the foot. This time include the arms. Inhale, knee rises, arms come overhead. Exhale, foot and hands lower. One more time. Inhale, knee and arms. And exhale to lower. This time we'll just lift the knee again. Hands can come to the hips. And now we'll open the knee to the side. Come back to center. Open to the side. One more time. Back to center. Open to the side. And back to center. Foot to the earth. From here, we'll come onto the toes again, heel lifted. And this time we'll turn to rotate that hip open. Option 1, toes stay here on the ground. The inside of that right foot is just gently pressing to the inside of the left. Working into our variations of tree pose here so we can stay. Next option, we can press the sole of the foot to the inside of the shin. So we're below the knee here. Maybe we stay there. Final option, you might use that hand to help you, lifting that foot all the way up, pressing the inside of the foot to the inside of the thigh. Choosing your option. Hands can stay on the hips. Maybe they come to the heart. Maybe they even lift overhead. Feeling free to allow your body, your breath to guide you. You may even see what it's like if you close the eyes. It's much more challenging to really feel into our body and our balance with the eyes closed. One more breath, your version of tree pose. And on an exhale, as gently and slowly as possible, that foot comes down to the earth. And shake it off. Just let the body move. We'll start to work toward the other side. Hands can come to the hips again. We'll start to lift and lower the heel of that left foot now. And then maybe we lift up, knee rises, and exhale to lower it back down. Again, on an inhale, knee lifts, exhale to lower. Maybe we add the arms next time. Inhale, knee rises, arms come overhead, and we exhale back down. 2 more. Inhale, arms up with the knee, and we exhale down. Last time. Maybe we come back to that Ujjayi breath as we focus here. And hands back to hips. This time we'll lift the knee up. And let's open it to the side. Back to center. 2 more. Open to the side. Center 1 more time. And back to center and release. Feeling free to shake it out through the legs. Then we'll come on to those left toes. Open that hip as we turn the foot. And we start here, tree pose. Sole of the foot pressing into the heel, ankle, toes on the ground. Option to move up, pressing into the side of the leg here. Last option, we might use that hand to help us pull the leg up. Sole of the foot pressing into that thigh. Hands can come to the heart or maybe overhead. Knowing that one side might be different than the other, and that's okay. Allowing your body to move, to tremble, to fall out of it, and just coming back to where we are. One more breath here. And on an exhale, see if we can bring it down slow. Nice work. Let's shake that off. Let's just come back to our mountain pose, feeling both feet now grounded into the earth. And from here, we'll step to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, we'll fold all the way down. We'll plant the palms, and from here, we're going to step back to our first down dog. So finding the space that works for you between the hands and the legs. Finding this upside down V. We might pedal through the feet here. And then we might come to stillness. Feeling this lengthening through the backs of the legs as we really press into the palms. Fingers are spread wide. And from here, we'll lift the right leg up. We're going to bend at the knee. We're going to draw circles with the knee. So we're going to do about 5 in each direction. Breathing. And then you can reverse the direction. So opening through the hip. Nice. And then we'll bring that foot back down to the earth. Take one full breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Lifting the left leg up, bending through the knee, hip circles, moving the knee one direction. And when you are ready, we'll switch. And then we can bring that foot back down. One more breath here. Then we'll lift the right leg again, bend through the knee, start to move forward into plank, and we'll plant the right foot in between the hands. Left heel is going to come down to the earth. Left toes are facing the outer edge of your mat. We're going to open up wide into Warrior Two. So nice bend through that front knee. Arms are lengthening out long. On an inhale, we're going to straighten the front leg. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, knee bends, arms lengthen. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we lengthen. One more time. Inhale and exhale. This time we'll bring the hands to the hips. We're going to straighten through the front leg. You may want to grab your block or your book so you have it nearby, right on the inside of that foot. Arms are going to lengthen out again. We're going to press back through the hip as we reach this front arm forward. And then we're going to tilt, moving into our triangle. So hand can come down to this block, either on the middle or highest point. And we'll reach that left arm up toward the sky. You may also reach your fingertips to the floor. Take one more breath here. And on your next exhale, we'll bring this top arm down to meet the right. It's going to replace that bottom hand on the floor of the block. And then we're going to actually reach up through that back arm. One breath here, challenging posture, deep breath. And we'll exhale, both hands come down. You can move the block to the side. We'll start to rotate through that back foot, bend through the front knee, planting the palms, and we'll step back to downward facing dog. Nice work. One full breath here. And on your next inhale, let's lift the left leg up this time. Bend through the left knee, moving forward to our plank, planting that left foot between the hands. We'll begin to rotate that right foot so the heel's down, toes to the outside of the mat. Maybe we move the block so we have it handy. Nice bend through the front knee. On an inhale, we'll open up to our warrior two. Adjusting the distance between your feet. We're all different. On an inhale, we'll straighten the front leg, arms overhead. Exhale to bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to bend one more time. Inhale to rise. Exhale down. We'll bring the hands to the hips. We'll straighten through that front leg. Press the hips back. Lengthen through the arms. And we'll start to tilt. Left arm coming down to the block or to your mat. Opening here, really pulling up through that arm. Imagine those fingertips are just being drawn toward the ceiling. And on your next exhale, this top arm comes down to the block, their book, or the floor, replaces that left arm, and we'll start to open up toward the other side. And that arm may not come all the way up, right? For me, this side's a little bit tighter, so I'm not able to come all the way up, and that's okay. One breath here. And then we'll bring it down. We may move the block to the side. We'll bring the fingertips to the earth, rotate through that back foot, rock a little bit, and we're actually going to bring the back foot all the way up to meet the front at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Release here. Maybe we bring the hands to opposite elbows to just allow the body to really hang and let go here. Maybe coming back to our Ujjayi breath if it got lost. We're going to make our way to a seat, so you can do that in whatever way feels best for you. Maybe the fingertips come down, we come down to the knees, and then swing the legs around to one side. We'll bring the soles of the feet together, letting the legs get heavy as they're just pulled naturally toward the earth. Hands can come to the ankles or the feet. As we inhale, we'll lengthen up tall through the spine. As we exhale, we'll bring the fingertips out, and maybe we start to walk them forward little by little, noticing where our edge is for this stretch. I've done a lot of opening through the hips. We want to make sure we give this area some love. And then let's walk the fingertips over to one side, any side. Feeling a little bit of stretch through the side body. And then we'll walk back through center and to the other way. And then back to center, and we'll just take 2 more breaths here. And if the fingertips were out, we can just start to walk them back in until the spine is up tall. From here, we'll start to bring the legs wide. So just nice and slow. No need to force any sort of splits or anything like that. Just the intention of opening up the legs to both sides. We'll do a similar motion here. So we'll start with those fingertips right down in front. And then maybe we use the fingertips to just walk us forward. Again, being mindful of the body, allowing it to tell you when you're at that appropriate edge. And in Hatha Yoga, the word Hatha actually means sun and moon, which is all about balance. And that's really what we strive for in our yoga practice, is this balance of mind and body, of activity and stillness. And let's walk it back up. Let's draw the left foot in towards center. We'll keep the other leg out long. So bringing the inside of that foot toward the thigh. We'll start to just shift the hips a little bit so that we're in line with the extended leg. On an inhale, we'll bring the arms up overhead. As we exhale, they'll come back down. And then we can start to fold. Again, using our fingertips here to just walk us forward. It might also feel nice to press into the heel and bend this knee. And then in time, you can work to straighten it out. And the hands can be anywhere on the mat, along the leg, or to the foot. And we'll slowly walk it up from here, and we'll switch. So we'll bring that right foot in, we'll extend the left out long again. And to start, we'll slowly shift the hips toward that extended leg. Sometimes I even like to pick up kind of the muscle and the skin on either side to really help me ground down. We'll inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to bring the fingertips down. And we'll start to walk it forward. Again, maybe we notice one side is much different than the other. And we just allow the body to tell us what it needs here. Sometimes this is a new skill for us, depending on what we do normally. But for most of us, we usually listen to our mind before we listen to our body. And that's just what we're used to doing. So really seeing what it's like to just pay attention to the sensations you're feeling and what that tells you about what your body needs. And we can walk it back up, coming to center here. Okay, we're going to make our way onto our back. So just very gently rolling down. And when we get there, we'll just hug the knees into the chest. Maybe you bring the palms to the knees, and we just start to do some very gentle circles here, feeling the low back pressing into the mat. And maybe reverse the direction of your circle. And then we'll bring both feet to the earth, knees stay bent. We'll take the right leg and cross the ankle over the left thigh. We'll use the right hand to just gently press into the thigh. One breath here. Uncrossing, repeating on the other side. Maybe pressing the palm now into that left thigh just to get a little more opening. And then we'll uncross. Bringing the right knee in toward the chest. Now we'll extend the left leg out long. Slowly starting to guide that knee over to the left side for a nice spinal twist. Right arm can come all the way out long. Left hand can come anywhere on the rib cage or the belly or the thigh. On an inhale, we'll come back to center, hugging the knee in one more time. And then we'll bring the left knee to join and let that right leg extend out long. Slowly guiding the left knee over to the right, adjusting the hips in any way that your body needs. Hand can come along the thigh or the belly. Left arm can be reaching long. On an inhale, we'll bring the left knee back towards center. Bring the right knee in to join it. We might lift the head, neck, and shoulders here, just making a little ball with the body for one breath. And on our exhale, we let everything go, making our way into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Maybe it feels right to be on the back with the legs extended long, arms out to the side. But feel free to find any other posture that feels like your resting pose. It could be a seat, you could be on the belly. Finding what feels good for you. We'll stay here for several minutes, taking your time to get comfortable, making any adjustments that feel right for the body. Maybe you have a pillow or a blanket nearby, anything you'd like to utilize to find your most comfortable rest. And as you're lying down, we'll come back to this idea of allowing what there is to be. And I'll offer you a 4-part kind of series to think about. You might try it now, or you can just think about it and try it at a later time. But in any moment where we might be fighting with ourselves or struggling with thoughts, emotions, anything that's coming up, we'll notice. So bring awareness to what's happening. We'll allow, which doesn't mean accept or that we like it, but just letting it be. We'll release it. So release our focus, our attention on that. And then we'll return again to the present moment. Notice, allow, release, return. Doing that as many times as we need to. Helping to cultivate this connection between the mind and the body and this power that we have. We don't have to let our thoughts control us. We have the power to notice them and to not give them our attention, to refocus on the present moment and what we're feeling and sensing in that time. We'll rest for one more minute in stillness and silence, and then I'll bring us back together. Starting to bring some gentle movement back into the body, maybe wiggling the fingers or the toes. Starting to open the eyes if they were closed. You're welcome to stay lying down for any longer period of time. If you'd like to come up to a seat as we close our practice, you can roll to one side and just gently press yourself up. And when you get there, we'll bring the hands together at the heart, maybe a slight bow of the head, bowing the mind, intelligence to the body. Taking one final breath in together, nice and deeply through the nose. Audible exhale through the mouth to let something go. The light in me honors and acknowledges the light in each of you. Thank you for sharing your time and your practice with me. I hope you have a restful evening. Thank you.